Do you hear about the clown that went to the doctor and the doctor said, "What's the problem?" He said, "I feel funny." Just thought of that. That's just pretty bad. This would be a Holy Ghost joke.
All right, JP.
Guy takes his dog to the veterinarian and says, "Doc, I want to put my dog down." The doc said, "Okay, your dog's ugly." Your dog's ugly. Put your dog down. Your dog's ugly. Okay. My goal is to give you a facelift today. I want to lift your face to the heavenlies. If we lift your face and Doug actually wakes up, then the rest of you will be lifted up. I was driving with Abigail and Mary Lou to church this morning. I was sharing something which my wife didn't hear a word that I said, which was okay. I'm used to her ignoring me. We're married almost 42 years. She has the right to ignore me. I don't know if you remember about King Saul. Jonathan started a little skirmish that ended up in a war. King Saul and Jonathan were beating the armies with Israel, were routing the armies, and so they're chasing the enemies, and Saul got real religious and said, "Nobody is going to eat anything until our enemies are defeated." Sounded real religious. It was stupid. Okay? Now Jonathan wasn't there and he didn't hear it, so he's on the road chasing enemies, and there's a little bit of honey on the side of the road. He dipped his spear into it and ate it. And he was told later that his father found out about it, and he's going to have to be killed. They were going to kill the guy that started the war, that was giving them the victory, Jonathan, because he ate a little bit of honey because some religious guy said, "Thou shalt not." And Jonathan said, "That's crazy because, it enlightened my eyes. A little bit of honey in the midst of a war can enlighten your eyes, don't you know?" Right, I'm diabetic. I just had a nice little cupcake back there. My eyes are enlightened a little bit. See? A word from the Lord can do that. A joy from the Lord can do that. Can enlighten your eyes just enough to get through the next battle. Hallelujah. I've been battling these past 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Can I get an amen for the people? It's been a battle.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Glory.
I was at Turkey Hill getting gas on my way to the VA. I'm getting back in the car. Freddie's in the back seat. I've been watching Freddie a lot. And a guy stops me from the next pump and shakes my hand and says, "Thank you for your service." I was wearing Abigail's hat back there, the Navy hat. And I said, "Oh, okay." And I got in the car and I'm driving away, and I thought, oh my God, that guy was an angel from God to prophesy encouragement. God was saying, okay, the Navy thing's all right. If you knew my Navy career, the Navy thing's okay, but God was saying, "John, you have been serving me intently for these 2 weeks in warfare. Thank you for your service." Hallelujah. That little word, that little bit of honey gave me encouragement and joy as I drove and wrestled with Freddie the rest of that day. Then we were at Charlie's gas station just 2 days ago. Freddie's in the back seat and he's mad. I don't know if you know Freddie, but when he gets mad, he say, "Me mad." He does this. He's mad in the back seat, and this kindly old veteran with a veteran's hat comes over and sees him there, pulls his wallet out and wants to give Freddie $1 for a Happy Meal. Well, Freddie's going, he's pulling away. So the guy gave me the $1, and I said, "Thank you very much. God bless your heart." But I realized that was another angel encouraging me with a little nugget of sweetness, a little biscuit of joy biscuit. It's those little biscuits of joy, those little bits of honey. This is even a cereal named Bit of Honey. See, a little bit of joy, a little bit of laughter. Just laugh, just to, in the midst of your dying day. I want to be able, on my deathbed, the breath right before my last, if not my last, I want to be laughter. I want to be joy. We were talking about it this morning. You know, I can run my life fine without God except when I'm in trouble. Tongue in cheek, we all know that. We can't. We're lousy at running our own life. We need God. We need the pleasures of God's presence. And may God give you biscuits of joy, bit of honey day as we worship God.